farmers. Imagine how healthy we would be if we had more black farmers, or let's pretend we have only black farmers, right? I'm talking about the way that the Midwest is going to fall apart without federal funding, specifically all of these farmers, right? But one group that's going to do well is black farmers because they never got all of these handouts. And so I am not opposed to a strategy where we do let some of these rural Midwestern towns kind of fall apart on their own doing and take that as a redistricting opportunity. But think about this. Native Americans, how much healthier would our planet be and our land be if Native Americans had more farmland, which will be one of the groups that have the cash to do so. So I don't know. It's a silver lining I'm trying to think of. I was just trying to think if I've ever known a major farm or plant to have a food recall that was black owned. And if there is, I certainly can't think of it.
About white Midwestern farmers thinking black folks were going to come and work their goddamn fields after they mass deported all of the migrant workers. Sit and size our asses the fuck up. Let us know everything about ourselves. Like when my grandmother looked at me at a young age and said, "Young lady, you need in school and go on to college. Working outdoors is not for you." That's my fucking grandmother. She knew me. She was right. So what did I do? Stayed my ass in school. Went on off to college. And now you're looking at a 6-figure nigga.
So I was on YouTube and I came across this video claiming that white farmers are outraged that black people do not want to work on their farms. And I thought it was fake because I was like, this has to be like clickbait or whatever. So I searched and I came across Facebook, and y'all, the comments were wild. I still wasn't sure if it was real. So I tried to go to the staffing agency's website, and y'all, apparently so many people went to their website that the website crashed. So I figured, okay, maybe this is actually real. So they're basically offering $11 an hour to pick blueberries, 9 to 10 hours a day, 7 days a week, from May to July. In Louisiana heat. Now, I never heard of Laranger, so I decided to look it up real quick. So here's some info. And just so you know, my source is this website called places.us.com. So anyway, livability is a C-. Population is less than 6,000. Demographics is almost 91% white, followed by black, then Hispanic, then Indian, then Asian, and pretty much 0 Hawaiian. I saw that they voted Republican in 2020, but it probably doesn't take a genius to guess how they voted in 2024. So that's just to give you a little info about the town. So anyway, back to what I was saying. So $11 an hour is what they're offering. Full-time, 7 days a week, 9 to 10 hours a day. Now, according to salary.com, Louisiana's minimum wage is $7.25 an hour. So this is a bump. But let's be real. Now, for some people, they might say, oh, it's a job. Go work it. It's a job. But it's not a job, you know. It's more like a sentence. And then when you look at who they expect to take these jobs, you don't have to guess. It's a page straight out of history. Black folks, migrant workers, you know, the ones who are currently facing deportation right now. Vulnerable communities getting used for back-breaking labor for pennies. But people are saying this is what they voted for. So what do you think? Is it FAO season or what?
Hey, you know, one more thing about that farm thing. Those farmers complaining about how the Trump's trade war is hurting farms. And not just China, even though China no longer buys U.S. beef, that's going to Brazil. They no longer buy U.S. soybeans. They don't buy a bunch of other agricultural products from us because they can source them elsewhere. And these farmers are all over these apps whining and crying that they didn't think it would hurt them. And please, Mr. Trump, I voted for you 3 times and all this kind of bootlicking kind of BS. The other thing about that is, like I said in my other video, excuse me, there's a particular relationship black people and farms in this country. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. The other thing is, do you remember during the Biden-Harris administration, they worked out their administration worked out a settlement with black farmers to pay them back pay for excluding them from bailout money that they were entitled to. The money only went to white farmers. And so black farmers, that's the way it is in this country, had to sue to get their fair share. And after years of court wrangling in the courts and everything, it was finally settled and black farmers were going to get their due. Sorry, my allergies. And you know why they didn't get their due? Sorry about that. Because white farmers sued to block the government settlement that they had made with black farmers. And white farmers sued saying that the white farmers, were being discriminated against for not getting some of the black settlement money. The black settlement money was because only white farmers got some of the initial bailout money, not black farmers. That's how twisted it is. So to the white farmers online whining about loss of business, threats to having their farms shut down and shut off, I say, fare thee well, good sirs. Fare thee well. You got what you got. You get what you get. You don't pitch a fit. You voted for Donald Trump, and you know what? He is working you over because the big conglomerates, some I hear are owned, I've read are owned by J.D. Vance or his companies, are about to buy up your land for pennies on the dollar. And you're going to be one picking those blueberries for $11 an hour, 7 days a week.
Wait, my people. Welcome back to another FAFO session video. Guys, this is another F around and find out video of white farmers. They continue to cry on the internet. They're still crying on the internet because they are saying that black people like me, they don't want to go work on their farms. That's what they saying, because they thought that this was that was going through their heads, you know, when the orange guy won the election. This is what was going through their heads. Okay, we voted for this orange man. He's going to deport all the Hispanics, and then the black people, they're gonna come and work for us. It's not happening, guys. It's not happening. Those times are over. They are over. No black people is going to work on your farm. You're gonna have to work yourself. Bring your family members to work on your farm, because no black people are going to work on your farm. So at the end, you're gonna end up losing your farm. And it was like a big plan, because the vice president, he's the one that supposedly, like this guy is saying, he got a company that buy out failing businesses, especially farmland. So they're going to buy your farm for pennies on the dollar. And you guys voted for this. So stop crying and complaining and whining, because this is what you guys wanted. So this is what you got. F around and find out. The other guy was saying, you know, they are offering, they are posting these type of jobs, $11 an hour to work on a farm. Are you freaking crazy? $11 an hour? That's nothing. Who the heck is able to survive in this economy with $11 an hour? It is impossible. So not even $15 an hour to work in the sun and the heat, all day, like they said, 10, 11 hours a day, 7 days a week, no days off. Are you freaking kidding me? So farmers, stop crying, stop complaining, because you guys are on your own. Not even the government wants to help you guys. They are turning the other way. They're looking the other way. and pretty much you guys are screwed. We are cooked. At the end, all the American people, all the U.S. citizens, all the people living in the United States, we're going to end up paying the price, because there's going to be food shortages because nobody's working on the fields. And I've seen videos, especially here in Florida. I live in Florida, that fields, farm, that they grow tomatoes, and they don't have anybody to pick those tomatoes. So what I saw on the news, true story, I saw on the news, they took a tractor, and the tractor was going over all the tomatoes, just damaging the tomatoes. They said that it was cheaper for the farmers, to do that, that pay like high labor costs to pick those tomatoes. So it was pretty sad, you seeing, food going to waste just because they don't have nobody to work on the farm to pick the tomatoes. It's not only tomatoes, it's happening with a lot of our vegetables everywhere United States. So it is crazy. So guys, be prepared, get ready, because it's going to get ugly. This is just the beginning. We have another 3 years of this, pretty much another 3 years of the same situation, and it's gonna get very, very ugly. So let's continue with the rest of the video. If it is your first time here watching my videos, please consider subscribing to the channel. Give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate your support. Let's continue with the next one.
10 hours a day. Literally, how you like them apples?
I always get guys like this that's always just unhappy. They're always just fighting. They're always just, you can do what you want. This is my little space on the internet where I share my thoughts and my feelings. And you always get these people. They're so angry. My question to you, dear sir, why are you so angry? And the funny thing is, I actually made a video about you as well last week. You're so angry with my content, but when I put out a video, you're there to comment. You're there to watch. You're like a very good super fan, but you just don't want to admit it. How about you relax there? First of all, this is my content. I make what I want. And second of all, I don't have to justify anything to you, because if I start having to justify myself to you or anyone else, then I'm going to definitely run into offending some people. That's not what my content is about. My content is just about sharing some thoughts, sharing some ideas. And if I'm a racist in your eyes, then my dear sir, then this country is in deep, deep trouble. Because then 99% of people in this country is worse off. But just grow up. Grow up and just, please, just, if I offend you, just block me. But if you really like my content like you do and you comment on every single video, enjoy it, man. Enjoy it. I'll just give you a moment of silence. Just so you can calm down and not get so angry. Bye-bye.
I'm in my greenhouse planting some vegetables, and I'm thinking about all these farmers that's losing the farms. All them white farmers, not the black farmers, because we donating to them. You don't hear the black farmers crying the blues, but them white farmers, oh shit, they talking about.
Exactly. You don't hear the black farmers crying and complaining on the internet. I made another video and I said this, and somebody told me, oh, you're not gonna see it. Somebody comment, you're not gonna see the black farmers because they're like 1% they own 1% of the farmland in the United States. That's why you don't see them. But even though 1% is a lot to me, and you don't see them complaining, so
they losing their farms now because of Trump. But they voted for Trump. But they losing their farms. Right. The black farmers, you don't hear them crying the blues, right? Here's the difference. See, they wasn't dependent on the government. when you depend on the government to take care of you. My daddy told me never depend on the government. Now see, if they cut my little social security check, I ain't gonna say little, but because I can use that piece of coin that I worked for. You understand? I worked 32 years for my monies, for my coins. So it's mine. But I didn't depend on the government in my retired life. You don't depend on the government. No. Anyway, back to the farmers that's losing their farms. I can't even say I feel sorry for you. But this is what I'm going to do. Look here. Look here, people. Let me tell you something. Oh, look at here. This is going to be some good eating right here. You understand what I'm saying? Look here. I just grow my own stuff. Look here. Look here. That's what I'm doing right there. Yeah. So,
This is a very smart decision. We're gonna have to start, growing our own stuff. Even though if you don't have a backyard, just do it in your balcony, because we cannot, like she's saying, we cannot depend on the government. We cannot depend on the government.
I ain't worried about the white farmers losing their farms. I ain't even feeling sorry because they voted for Trump. You get what you asked for. You asked for the tariffs, you got them.
Well, I did it again, damn it. Went down that damn rabbit hole, and it was fun. Because I strolled down this hole of farmers that are mad because they're about to lose their farm. Because their federal grant money hasn't shown up yet. And they don't know what to do. And all of them crying. But damn it, in every freaking video, all of them, and I mean all of them, except for maybe one or two, all of them voted for Trump. So why are you complaining is my question. You voted for this. You asked for this stupidity. You complaining that you're about to lose your farm because you voted for a man who told you what he was going to do. But that's your freaking fault. Because you voted for your whiteness instead of voting your heart. Because you didn't want to see that black lady in office. So you voted for that white man. And you knew he was a crook. You knew he was a thief. You knew he was going to do all the dumb shit because you've seen it before. But you mad because you're about to lose your farm. Some of them crying. This land been in my family forever. Yeah. Because it was given to you a long, long time ago. And I ain't crying. And I ain't mad. And I don't care. Because that's what you get for voting for your whiteness. You voted for your whiteness instead of voting for the proper person that you knew was good for that job. But you wanted that man in office that bad. You didn't want her in office. You can't say you voted for the lesser of two evils. You voted his color, not his character. And before we get off of this, y'all know what to do. Hit the heart, share the video, do what we do. This TikTok, damn it. You knew better, but you did it. See, this land that y'all got for free, that's been passed down through the generations, that we didn't get our 40 acres of the mule. So why are we going to be mad because you about to lose yours? This is by design. All of those corporations are buying up farmland across the freaking country. This is on purpose. But you've yet to realize that. Kamala had you saved. The money was appropriated. It was there. But you had to vote for Trump. You knew what he was. You knew what kind of guy he is. But you voted your color. And you thought you was going to get that privilege. But now you understand. If you ain't worth 7, 8 figures, he don't give a shit about you. Your sister, your auntie, nobody. Now you look like me to him. Because you ain't got it like that. So, I'm sorry you about to lose your land. But I really don't give a damn. Because you knew better. All of you. But you wanted to vote for your privilege and your color instead of who was deserving and who was better. So blame yourself. Blame your neighbor. Blame the people down the street. It ain't our fault. It's on you.
All right, guys, if you made it far, before I continue with my commentary, if you made it this far into the video, you are a true fan. Thank you. Please help my channel grow. Consider subscribing to the channel. Give me a thumbs up, and let me give you my opinion on the last video. You know, this guy is right. He's saying it. You know, he doesn't care about farmers losing their farm, because you farmers voted for this. You voted for the orange man. That you got what you voted, what you vote for. So, like they said, you F around and you find out. F around and find out. So, they gave you this land, like he was saying. You know, you got the farm that you said for generation to generation. Now you're gonna lose it because your stupidity. Voting for the orange man. You know, he doesn't care about anybody but himself and the people around him. Like he said, if you are not a millionaire or a billionaire, he doesn't care about anybody else. So we are in this together. Believe it or not, we need to stay together. And farmers, you got what you voted for. So guys, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments below what you guys think about this whole situation.